Okay, so I couldn't wait. So I said, you know what? Why wait till I get home? It's already Thursday. You're not doing a Truthful Thursday. Give them Snowfall, okay? I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, we are reviewing Snowfall, season number 1. Episode number, is this 8? Oh my God, we have only 2 episodes left. 1 and then 10 for the finale. If it's your first time visiting my channel, why don't you stay a while? Become part of my family. All you need to do is click the subscribe button and you too can be a ray of sunshine, yes. And to all of you that already live in light and in truth, even though we can do 100 in the shade with our eyes closed, what's up? How you doing? You know your girl loves you for real. Can y'all see me? I worry that y'all can't see me because it's not fully, morning or what I mean, full sunlight. Well, I'm sure hoping that you can. We're gonna go with it anyway. Recap. Last episode, number 7, we saw Lucia and motherfucking Oso get it. We also found out that what we knew already, that Pedro was a bitch ass nigga, a piece of shit. That is what we found out. Then when we looked at Teddy and Alejandro, they're doing reconnaissance on Kristen's sister Victoria, trying to find out what she knows and if she knows that Alejandro killed, or rather if she's on Alejandro's scent, rather. How about that? And then there's young Franklin. Young Franklin and his crew went up to Oakland, with the thoughts of selling the little 2 keys that he had left that he couldn't sell to Claudia. But Franklin stumbled on what? The magic that is known as crack, okay? Magic to some, death to others. To me, it is a detriment to the black community. Anyway, y'all don't want me to get all activist and rights on y'all, because I won't do that this morning. Let me see if I sit up, because it's kind of dark over there. Whatever. So, this episode, y'all know how I like to do segmented characters, but this episode, everybody was on. Everybody. The writers did an amazing job. I was intrigued with everything. I didn't feel like I needed to get up and go to the bathroom during Teddy and Alejandro's section or segment. Teddy and Alejandro. Well, you know that Teddy has been dealing with Victoria, Kristen's sister, trying to figure out what she knows. When we first see them, they're in a diner waiting for Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart. And Teddy's all like, seriously? Really? Like, you getting played? Well, when Jimmy Stewart walks in, he is trying to, what's the right word? Blackmail? No. What's the right word, y'all? Extort. I wrote it down. I was like, why is my brain not working? He was trying to extort them. Told Kristen, in order for me to give you the information I have, give me a few thousand, because I need to be, my visa is running out and it's gonna cost me a couple thousand. Well, Teddy does what he knows how to do, which we didn't know that he was really, had hands like, with the business. Like, I guess he has to, because trouble is coming. He pretends he has money. They go outside. He bangs him up and he tells him, tell me what the nightclub is. Dude was like, yeah, you can see Victoria looking all starry-eyed like, oh my God, yes, this is great. So they go to the nightclub and they start showing the photos around. Like, do you know Kristen? And do you know, I don't know, the Asian chick, Joy maybe? I can't remember what her name is. I guess she's really not important. But at the time, they can't find anyone. And Teddy's all like, well, let's just stay and have some drinks. And she's all like, no, let's get out of here. And then all of a sudden, she was like, let's get shit-faced and dance. So they start drinking. They start drinking and they partying. And then here comes a waitress who has all the fucking tea about Kristen. They get her to the side and she's all like, yeah, I'm the one that invited her here. She was hanging out with me. She left with these 2 dudes, one that looked like a frat boy and the other one that was kind of, big and cute, sexy. Alejandro. The way she described the 2 of them, the second one was definitely Alejandro. There was no way around that. So she says, they were going to, continue partying with them. Kristen gets excited. She's like, I think I might have, Victoria gets excited. She's like, I think I might still have the address. Oh my God. Teddy is like, you can see the panic in his eyes, like, now what the fuck is going on? And they're looking over her shoulder, and she's got her little waitress pad, and she's looking through it. And what does she find? The fucking address. Like, the fucking address. Like, seriously. So, I'm all in y'all face. So, she finds the address. Teddy's all like, I gotta start thinking really quick. Tells her, I'll meet you at the front door. Well, he goes and makes a phone call. We don't know who he's calling, but then there's a waitress that passes by, and he's all like, I'll buy all these drinks from you. And he drinks all these drinks. Now, Kristen's waiting at the door, but there was a key thing that I noticed. A picture man, a cameraman with a camera inside the club taking photos. So he's throwing these drinks back after he had the phone call, and then takes the ashes and drinks the ashes. Okay. Now I'm looking at that like, woo, Teddy, you is desperate. If you definitely are trying to make yourself sick, you about to be sick. Instantly, he comes out and throws all up over this one chick that this dude is talking to. Y'all, it is dark. Okay, well, this is what it is, y'all. I'm sorry. So he's talking to him, and all of a sudden, the girl, he throws up on the girl. That's what I meant to say. He threw up on the girl, and the girl the guy the girl was having drinks with whooped his ass. Teddy knew what he was doing. Victoria runs over. They exit. Now here's where things get, for me, I'm looking at Teddy like, what the fuck are you doing? But Teddy's stalling for time. Teddy ends up taking her to his house. She's all like, I gotta use the bathroom. Well, thank goodness, because it gave him about 8 minutes to clean up all his confidential mess, all his, top secret, and put it in the oven. Well, his family is still sitting on the refrigerator, and I'm all like, you finna just give up your whole information. She is very intelligent, brilliant when it comes to trying to find her sister. As you can see, she is making headway, and really, the headway she's making might be partly because you're assisting her. Huh, Teddy? Well, they leave. He's acting like he's fixing himself up or whatever, and she's all like, I'm leaving, you get you some rest. She was like, he was like, you're drunk, you should stay. And she's like, no, I'm leaving, I'm going now. Well, they go to the house. We know where they're going. I don't know, to a mansion. Maybe it's up in the hills in LA somewhere. I can't tell you where it's at. Maybe it's Beverly Hills. I'm not really sure exactly where they are in the city, but they're in the city. Or not in the city, but they're on the outskirts, like in the suburbia area, where the well-off people are. And they are buzzing and no one's answering. And Victoria is not giving up. She's like, nigga, I'm hopping this fence. He's like, oh, we trespass. And I'm all like, well, get it then, Victoria. You have a plan, and you are definitely sticking to it. Kudos to you. So when they're hopping the fence, this lady who looks a little older, she looks older, okay, I'm being honest. She looks like she might be in her late 40s, early 50s. Okay, that's not really older, is it? Because I'm 40. Like, what the fuck, dude? So she comes out, and she's all like, can I help you? And then she gives this story about the only parties given here are for kids and clowns and some shit. And I'm all like, well, damn, that surely did look like the place, the emblem and stuff. If I remember from, episodes 1, 2, and 3, like, it looks like the same kind of layout. I don't know. Well, Teddy says, if you hear anything, you can find me in the book. My name is Reed Thompson. And then tells her the robe is the nice touch. Teddy, you's a slick motherfucker. You is slick, honey. That's why I think all agents, police officers, all that have to be very clever, very crafty to understand, to really be good at the job that they do. So I'm looking at this going, Teddy. Teddy, that was the phone call Teddy was making inside of the club. Teddy was calling her and saying, I need your help. Please get over there fast. And the point of him taking her over to the house was so that, taking her over to the house was to stall for time, right? So the last thing we see from them is him consoling Victoria. She thought she had it, and she's crying, and he's all like, it's okay. And he's actually a little relieved that she's decided to that she's almost given up. You understand? She feels a little defeated. Let's talk about motherfucking Lucia, Oso, and Pedro. That damn Pedro, that piece of shit Pedro. We wanted to find out what the fuck he told his papa. Ha! He told him that they stole the money and that they had a business. Now, I'm not sure if he told him that they stole the money, but he did tell that they had a business. And we really need to find out exactly what was told to Ramiro, because they didn't tell us this episode. When Lucia and Gustavo goes up to her father's ranch, we see Pedro and Ramiro. And, you know, Ramiro acting like his regular crazy ass self, right? Walks up, says, you know, hey, Lucia, hey, Gustavo, whatever. And then she looks at Ramiro and is like, you've been missing, Ramiro. And he's all like, yeah, I've been busy. You punk bitch. Yeah, I've been busy. You really mad that your cousin got some from Oso? Are you really mad that she cut him in? Are you really upset? Yeah, because see, she really is a boss, and you know that you was probably next because you was a bitch. Like, when with the killing and everything, you've been a bitch all this time. I knew I didn't like your punk ass, Pedro. Like, I mean, am I the only one that feel like that? Am I tripping? Well, Lucia goes in to talk to her dad, and like I said a few episodes back, I knew her dad must have been sick. He is dying. He's hooked up on some type of IV. He might be, you know, getting some kind of IV therapy right now. We don't know what it is or what kind of illness that he has, but she's smoking weed with him, because the thing I can think of is that whatever he has is causing him pain, and so the smoking of the weed is easing the pain. And maybe he has cancer. You know, cancer's been around, and it's a killer, and it's something else. It's the nastiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Y'all know my husband passed from cancer, right? Did y'all know that? Yeah, in 2015. But I'm just saying. So I digress. Well, Oso runs into Ramiro and Pedro out in the stables, and Oso does not trust Ramiro in the least at all, not even a single solitary little bit. Then you see Lucia and Ramiro together, and Ramiro's all like, is there something you want to tell me? Is something you want to talk about? And she's all like, Pedro told you. And he's like, yes. And so they have a conversation. Lucia is really a boss bitch. Like, she is not flinching, even though her uncle is super fucking scary. You understand what I'm saying? She's all like, yeah. And here's the thing. What he said was, I hear maybe you have some good ideas. Maybe you are creative and you have some good ideas that you want to share with the business. Maybe you're being innovative. And then that's when she was like, Pedro told you. And he was like, you know he did. Pedro is such a pussy. Like, I am so wanting to hit him in the throat, knock him in the mouth, you fucking pussy. Like, so we don't get to see what that conversation is about. So the next time we see Lucia tells Oso, it's time for you to move out of the trap house. She called it something else, the spot. I can't remember what she called it, but it's time to move out of the trap house and get you a place. So, fucking Oso was homeless. Okay? He must have been living at the gym and now was living in the trap house. So the next time we saw Lucia, we see Pedro walking in first. And when she sees him, she, fucking is angry. Like, really, you sorry son of a bitch? Go, I thought I wouldn't be seeing here. I wouldn't be seeing you here going and running to daddy. And she throws something at him. And right behind him comes fucking Ramiro. Y'all. And he's all like, is anyone else here? Speaking of Gustavo, speaking of Oso, because he know he can't take Oso big ass, and Oso would kill motherfucking Pedro and Ramiro for Lucia. You understand me? I know it, you know it, and Lucia would be like, fuck it, because really Lucia is ruthless. Now, I did fail to mention that when we saw Lucia and her dad, they were having a conversation of her late sister and how Lucia didn't let anybody in anymore because of the sister, and it's okay to let people in, and I know it's hard and that you don't want to talk about it, but y'all remember seeing Lucia's older sister gets shot in the house. And it was Papa alluded to it being because of the business that they were in. Okay, so I imagine that the mother and the daughter died. So we see back to when they're at the trap house, Lucia and Ramiro go he said, let me talk to you, and they go in the back. And that's the last time we see them in this episode. And I want to know what the fuck they talking about. Because Ramiro was like, have you told Gustavo about our conversation? And she said, no, he doesn't know anything. So to me, it just seems shady as fuck. Like, she's going to end up telling him the next episode or in the season finale. She's got to tell him what's going on because the shit is about to hit the fan. Finally, let's talk about motherfucking Franklin. So, when the scene opens up, we see Franklin and the boys in Franklin's bedroom cutting up the crack. Taking those big chunks, cutting them down into little pieces. He's all, you cutting them too small. And then he tells them, how much are we selling? The guys are asking, okay, how much are we selling them for? He said, no, we giving this batch away for free. We're going to go out and we're going to give samples so that they know what it is. They both like, well, how we going to make money? We ain't going to make no money. He said, we're going to give them a sample. Tomorrow when they come back, we going to get $10 a pop for them. Okay? And that motherfucking Kevin, who has a fucking addictive personality, y'all. I told you the nigga has an addictive personality. He's all like, well, can we try it? At least we need to be able to try it. He said, just tell him that it's good. No, we need to try it. So Franklin gives in and he's all like, all right, y'all can try it. Franklin's like, I don't do no drugs. I don't fuck with that shit. And that's really a good idea. So you see Kevin take a hit. He puts it in his weed pipe and he takes a hit, a big, long, strong hit, and instantly is affected, instantly takes a couple steps back, instantly is feeling like good. He has went to the stars like the white chick. So much so that he kind of shook a little bit that Franklin had to catch him. And it was like how you would imagine someone who took a hit of crack would be. Because if you know anything about crack, people always tell you that first hit that they had be the best thing that they ever had. And the only reason they go back is because they're chasing that first high that they never get. They always get high, but they don't get as high as that first time. It doesn't feel as good as it did. And so they be chasing it. And baby, Leon was like, oh yeah, let me put this down. He didn't want to try that shit. He saw that shit was really, 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 really effective. Like, yeah, I'm not fucking with this. This looked like some old different level, beat me up Scotty type shit. I'm not fucking with that. So they go out, they as in Leon and Kevin, go out to the projects. Because baby, that's where they at, the projects. Y'all remember Leon lives in the projects. Most projects look the same. They all, have that same kind of structure. But those are how the projects look in LA. That's exactly what they look like. So they're in the projects and they're giving out free samples, right? They're giving out, I hear you got some new shit, So everybody's coming and they giving the shots. Well, this one junkie who looks like he's already strung out comes over and he was like, I hear you giving out some new shit. He was like, yeah, well, give me a couple. He was like, dude, you get one sample, and if you like it, you come back tomorrow. So Leon is telling people to go to Kevin. Kevin should not be holding the drugs. Kevin, with his addictive personality, he's all like, man, how many have we given out? About 30? He was like, nah, like 10. So I'm wondering if Kevin is pocketing that shit. Like, is he taking one for every time he give one? Is he taking one? Like, I am looking at him sideways. So the junkie goes up to, is his name Kevin, y'all? Or is his name Kenny? Oh, God. What is his name Kevin or is it Kenny? Y'all, I should know that. Like, I've been reviewing this for now 8 episodes. And I'm going to just tell y'all, I'm not sure if the dude's name is Kevin or Kenny. And I have a new journal. Y'all tell me in the comments. You know how y'all like to get me straight. And I'm all right with that. Get me straight and tell me what the fuck his name is. So, we'll call him K because we know it starts with a K. The dude goes up to Kay. Kay goes to give him one, and the dude tries to do a snatching motherfucking grab. I mean, that's some real type junkie type crackhead type behavior. Snatch and grab. Well, you ain't gonna snatch and grab, because Kevin is trying to fight with him. He calling Leon, hey, Leon, blah, blah, blah. So they chunking him. They chunking him, okay? They end up getting the product back, and they still out there selling. So, I mean, not selling, giving away free samples. Promoting their product. We then see Franklin go and talk to Jerome and Auntie Louie. Now, see, AfterBuzz swerving down that Auntie Louie was a crackhead. That bitch ain't no crackhead, okay? She not no crackhead. Them kids over there, like I said, kids, because they probably old enough to be my children, because I'm 40, okay? They may not, if I had the babies at like 10 or 15, maybe. I think they might be in their late 20s, early 30s. But they made reference that Aunt Louie was a crackhead in like episode number 3, I want to say it was. And what? I was like, where in the fuck did they get that shit from? Y'all, I digress. I don't mean to talk negative about them, but that was not factual, because you see, she didn't want to try that shit. However, she's so team Franklin, and she's always like, when Franklin broke down that one key could return 6 figures, 100K, Louie was like, this is the shit we need to be into, Jerome. She was like, no matter what we do, Franklin's gonna do it with or without us, and we might as well get in. I've always wanted to be part of the upper echelon and be able to wear nice evening gowns and go see live concerts and live the high life we would be living. And you know, women, we got that power of persuasion that we do. Yeah, it might be called another P. And Jerome, it made sense to him, and so he was like, I'm in, okay? So we didn't see any of their sales, their samples being sent out or given out this episode. I think we're gonna see them next episode and their revenue stream. So then we see Kevin. Then we see Franklin go over to where Kevin and Kevin and Leon are. All these damn L's. Lenny, Leon, Louie. Give me another name, y'all. So we see him go over to where his boys are. And, Leon's shoes is dirty. Leon is upset. Like, how y'all doing? What's going on? How's it going? He was like, man, I got blood on my shoes from that junkie whoop wop. He tried to pull a knife out on me. He was like, you good though, right? He was like, yeah, nigga, you gonna replace my shoes? And then all of a sudden the shit went downhill from there. He was like, I'm out here, I need hazard pay. What, blah, blah, we getting in. Franklin breaks it down. I done got with this shit already. Then got jumped, then got beat up, then got shot at. Nigga, where's my hazard pay? So they end up chunking him. And it's so funny. I don't know if I told y'all, was that this review where I told y'all that fellas always seem to fight and then be friends again, where women, we fight and we be like, fuck you for years. Like, it could be just words said and we like, fuck you for years, hold grudges forever. But dudes, they get it out, they fight and they get over it. And that's exactly what happened. They had a fight the next day. Franklin and Kev go back to the projects, and they are waiting for them. You hear me? They are waiting for them. You even got people already begging to get something on credit. Man, when I come back, I'll give it, when I get paid, I'll give you twice as much. You can have lifetime free, Frosties at Dairy Queen and all kind of shit. And it's a trip to see, like, they really got high and they really was like, I'm going back. That shit was good. I mean, droves of people. Okay, the episode may show us like 20, but you saw the money in his pocket. That wasn't just from 20 people. Well, Franklin decides, I'm going to leave. Now, while they're there, Leon goes to Franklin's house and he's bamming on the door trying to apologize to Franklin. Hey, I'm sorry about yesterday. I'm a little hot-headed, blah, blah, blah. But that motherfucking Lenny is sitting in his car across the street from the house, scoping shit out. Do you hear me? Scoping shit the fuck out. And that's when it bothers me about how green they are. You in this business, even if it was just weed. You can't be so green after you done some shit to some people. You can't be, you need to be aware. Anyway, as a lay person, you need to be aware of your surroundings. Like, but I think this the last time, because Franklin tells Kev, hey, I'm gonna go re-up. I'll be back. Hold the fort down. Well, when he gets home, he doesn't notice Leon's radio on the porch. He goes in the house, he gets something to drink, he looks out the window, and there's Leon laid out. He had been shot. He had been fucking shot, is bleeding on the ground. And Leon's like, I got caught slipping. Leon is less green, you know, than fucking Franklin. Leon is maybe mint green and Franklin is like forest green, okay? So he said, I'm calling 911. Goes in the house, calls 911, comes back outside, and even then Leon still has to tell him the crack. See, that's where the name came from, because I don't think it had that name first. Leon gave it the name, the crack. Go hide the crack. So he goes in the house and puts all the crack in. Then he goes next door. He hops into Melanie's window and stashes his backpack inside her house. Okay? When he does that, he comes back out and he sits and he waits with Leon. And when he sits and waits with Leon, you start to hear the ambulance come, and that's the last scene of the entire episode. Y'all, next episode is gonna be good. You saw the snippets at the end. You saw Franklin talking to Ray. You saw Melanie's dad asking Franklin, well, tell me who shot him. You know, you see Franklin having confrontation with his mother. She's all like, you've been lying to me. So like, we are really in for a treat these last 2 episodes. When they come back for season 2, they're gonna be popping like a motherfucker. I better check to make sure season 2 coming back, because I ain't heard no buzz. I'm gonna have to check that out. I believe the answer is one is coming. So what did y'all think about the episode? Tell me down below in the comments. What are your thoughts? Do you think that well, we saw that Victoria is on the money with we saw Victoria is on the, y'all, I saw a ticket person. I'm all like, shit, I didn't put no money in the meter yet. We saw Victoria finding out that Alejandro is the culprit, right? We saw that. So what do y'all think? How do y'all think that story gonna fall? How do y'all think that story is going to evolve? Are they going to have to kill Victoria, or is Teddy gonna be able to sway her? And then I need to know what's happening with Lucia. I need to know if she's gonna tell Gustavo, because you know she loves him. You can see it when she looks in his eyes. And I'm wondering if they're gonna have to kill Pedro and Ramiro. Like, I need to know what's going on with that. Because you know Gustavo don't trust their asses anyway. Popeye is the coolest one to him. He told us that in number 6. And then finally, Franklin. What the fuck is up? Where are they going? Are they really finna be balling out of control? Are we finna be seeing them living that life? Are we finna go from the 80s to the 90s when the hustlers and the dope dealers was popping like a motherfucker? Is that what we finna see, y'all? Let me know what you think. Thank you so much, tongue-tied this morning, for watching my review of Snowfall, season 1, episode number 8. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. I am always grateful to and for you. You don't know how you guys bless me beyond words. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next video.